Hey guys, Justin Nelson here, and I want to have the hard conversation today. I want to have the conversation that most entrepreneurs are not willing to have. They won't have it because they want to stay comfortable. They won't have it because their family might judge them. They won't have it because they're okay being average because they're surrounded by average people. What am I talking about? You're about to find out. Alright guys, so what in the heck am I talking about? Before we dive into what most entrepreneurs are not willing to learn or talk about, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, hit the little bell button so that way you guys are always alerted of our newest and latest and greatest videos from our channel. But here's the thing, I got into real estate when I was almost 16 years old. My dad got into real estate in 2012, so a year or two in, I had the opportunity to do a lot of things in his business. I got to do his social media, his inside sales work, I got to do marketing director, lead coordinator, just all the things behind the scenes that had to do with technology, lead generation, so on and so on. Most of you guys know my story. I'm 24 years old now, own several multi-million-dollar companies, one in the virtual assistant space, several software companies in the real estate space, with my main focus being on real estate education to agents across the world, across all different brokerages. And the one thing that no one talks about is what is the end goal. The end goal of real estate should be really straightforward for anybody that's being a real estate agent. Too many agents get into this like fluffy, like it's all about showing homes. It's all about, you know, making the clients happy. It's about just giving back to the world. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, a lot of that is bullshit. A lot of that is a lot of bullshit of average agents saying that. Now, with that being said, as a real estate agent, you should make a positive impact. You should be doing it because you love helping people. But we run a business. We run a business where at the end of the day, we run a business so we can create income for our family, we can create generational wealth, and we can one day retire, and maybe not even retire, but live the life you want to now. And so the problem with most real estate agents is they learn from other real estate agents that are being average. They learn from other real estate agents that have been in the industry 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They've sold 12 homes every single year. They make a great income, $100,000 to $200,000 a year, which I think is great. If that's a goal of yours and you're gonna be extremely happy by that, I think that's what you should do, right? Gary Vee talks about it all the time. I know a lot of people that make $20,000 a year that are a lot happier than those that make $2 million a year. You have to figure out what your level of success is. But the biggest problem I see is we have agents and people like you that are watching this and yearning for information. Your goal is to make $2 million a year. Your goal is to make $5 million. Your goal is to make $500,000. And yet you follow and watch and learn from average people. You learn from those within inside of your brokerage, within the first few people you met in the industry, and their goal is to make several $100,000 a year. You can make a great life. But the problem is when you do that, you're not exercising your full potential because you're limited by those around you by just what are they doing it, how are they doing it. The natural environment that you grow up in and learn in and become an agent in is ultimately what's going to determine your success in part. And so what I challenge you to do is to start and look at what are other agents doing that are at the production levels that you one day desire to be at. One of the biggest things I learned when I was in the real estate industry as an agent, what I learned when I got into this virtual assistant business and any businesses I own now, is you have to look at it as a business where you're going to hire people, where you're going to build a team around you. I meet very few agents that get into that $500,000, $1 million a year range that just work by themselves with no assistants, with no showing assistants, with no listing agents. It is rare. Now, I will say, I do have friends that are solo agents, have no help, and they do $500,000 to $1 million a year. And they will even admit it's one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made in their career. They are constantly in burnout. They hate vacations. Their family hates them on vacations because they can't unplug because they don't have leverage, right? right? You don't see the owner of McDonald's flipping the burgers. You don't see your local dentist or your local doctor doing the admin paperwork and doing the billing. You don't see the local restaurant manager in there flipping burgers. You don't see them waiting tables, right? And we see all these industries where people hire leverage to be able to scale a business, yet in real estate, we think we can do it all. We as agents, we think that we can do the showings. We think we can do the listing appointments. We think we can be the marketing department. We think we can be the lead generation department. We think that we can be the problem and support department. We think that we can be the legal department. We think that we can be client solution department. We think that we can be post-closing follow-up department, right? And we get this mind that we can be these departments and we can do it all by ourselves. And where do we learn that from? We learn that from other agents that are doing 10 to 12 deals a year. So if you're doing 10 to 12 deals a year, you can be all of those departments. And if you're watching this and you're doing less than 10 to 12, or you did 10 to 12, you're not doing anything wrong. You got a great business. But what I'm saying is if you want to go from 10 to 12 to 24 to 36 to 48 to 60, at some point along that journey, you're going to have to hire team members so that you can scale and grow and get your time back. You cannot do 100 deals a year and be your marketing department, legal department, follow-up department, lead generation department, and all those departments and live a quality life. That's the key. You can do that. You can do 100 deals and be all those departments, but it's rare to do that and live a quality life. A life that you're excited to get up about, a life where you can actually use that money you earn to go and do things you want with, to have hobbies, to have family time. And so that's the conversation I wanted to have with you guys today. It was just a conversation of you need to surround yourself with the right people, right? For you, that right person may be Sally at a different brokerage. For you, that may be chatting with me more often and jumping on my calendar down below. That may be getting into some of my mastermind groups. That may be getting into some other people's masterminds groups, right? There are some big badass leaders in this industry. You got people like Tom Ferry, Joshua Smith, all these different people that I learned from that have these things in their organization that you gotta get plugged into and learn from, right? One of the biggest reasons why I personally hired virtual assistants for my own team, ended up starting Sphere Rocket VA, is because what I learned is that people that hire virtual assistants and people that hire assistants in general, or people that grow teams and recruit, those are the people that are making the big money and enjoying life at a grand scale, right? They're getting the leverage, they're getting to do what they want to do. They're not always stuck, in a day-to-day 9 to 5. They get to do what they love. So my challenge to you is to not have a somber video here. My challenge in this video is to make you think. It's to make you think outside the box, to make you game plan, and make sure that you kind of do a little bit of an audit of who's around you. Are the people around you the people that need to be supercharging your success? I have too many friends, and again, I don't ever want to get into this brokerage versus that brokerage, but there are some people that stay at a brokerage because they go, well, Justin, it's cheap here. They only charge me $1 per transaction, which is kind of a fallacy. It's kind of a hyperbole, but you get my point. We're here because they charge me $1 a transaction, yet they look around the room and they're with a whole bunch of shitty people. Kind people, loving people, but shitty in production, shitty in knowing profitability, not where they want to be. And yet they're staying there because the brokerage charges them $1 a month. And then they wonder why they're not making the type of money they want to make. And so sometimes you have to audit who are you around and who are you following, who are you listening to, and who are you getting to interact with, right? I think a lot of agents make the mistake too of they listen to these big podcasts, they listen to these big channels, they listen to this channel, and yet they don't ever reach out. I yearn for people like you to reach out to me and let me mentor you. Other people yearn. There's situations we put on events. We yearn for you to come and learn from us in person. If I had to redo anything in my career, it would be talking to bigger producers sooner. Stop being the shadow dweller. Go up and introduce yourself to them at these conferences. For many years, I didn't think that I was worthy of getting to talk to some of these producers. I didn't think that they'd give me the time of day. Right now, sure, I would sometimes go talk to them and they didn't have a ton of time, or I wasn't their highest priority. But just having a 30-second conversation with some of the top producers in the world and just saying hi and getting to know my name, now 3-4 years later, they remember who I am. They know who I am. They've been watching me in return. And some of these people have given me opportunities to go and be in their world. I've gotten to go and shadow them for a day for free. Like, if you don't ask the question, you're not gonna get. So stop thinking that you're down here and they're up there. Go and get in alignment with them and figure out how you can get close to them in their world. So super excited. My challenge to you in this video is to change the way you think, do an audit on the people that you're around, and also go and find a list of 2, 3, 4 people. Maybe I'm on that list. Reach out to us, right? And if we don't respond the first time because maybe we were swamped that day and we had a crazy day, reach out a second time, reach out a third time, reach out a fourth time, text us, call. If you're in our local market, come visit us. Come to the events we're gonna be at, right? Go above and beyond to get in front of the people that you know you need to be in front of. So here's my challenge. Do all of those things. Go out and crush it. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this channel. I give you real life real estate advice to help change your thinking. I'm gonna do plenty of trainings. You guys know I have training videos all over the internet, but I also wanna just challenge you in your mindset, right? I'm 24 years old, have several multi-million-dollar companies, and it's not because I'm special. I actually made a Facebook post today where I said, I'm not better looking than you, I'm not wiser than you, I'm not smarter than you, I haven't done anything greater than you. Many of you guys have families and different things that are way bigger motivators than what I have in my life right now. And the reality is you have more to win. You have a better chance of success. The only thing that is different between me and you that I believe humbly is I was willing to take risk and meet more people that changed my world than you are. And if you go out and take a risk of leap of faith and go put yourself in a world of people that love you and will help get you there, you're gonna go faster, further than I did. And I want that for you. So make a list, go find some people that you need to do business with. And with that being said, the Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistant way, go get out of your comfort zone. I'll see you in the next video.